Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to my Robinhood portfolio. What I thought I would do today is talk a little about selling a stock off at a loss. That is selling in the red and locking in losses. Some of you have been struggling with that, especially with penny stocks. Buying a penny stock, it starts trending down, maybe it trends down by 50%, but you're a little bit hesitant to get out because you don't want to lock in those losses and kind of hold on to it while it continues to trend down. So the strategy or the trick would be to try to get out of that stock without losing too much money. And I want to talk a little about the psychology and one big strategy that I use to prevent keeping in a stock a little bit too long. So as an example, I have Sandridge Mississippian Trust pulled up, a kind of a cool little stock, a penny stock. I only have 9 shares representing less than $15, but it's cool in the fact that it has a dividend yield of 16.6%. Most penny stocks have 0% dividend yield, but this one has a very high dividend yield at 16.6%. You can see on the bottom here I have a dividend of 56 cents. Again, only holding 13 and 32, I still have a dividend of 56 cents. And a lot of that has to do with the price of the stock. You can see over the last 5 years it's trended down. So the idea would be, if you bought up here, how would you get out of the stock in a timely fashion? A lot of people don't like to lock in losses. They try to wait for that rebound, but a lot of stocks, a rebound never happens, and you can lose a lot of money, considerable amount of money, by holding on to the stock. So the first thing I want to talk about is some of the psychology. So a lot of folks think, and just to make it easy, we'll say this is $10 here and maybe $5 here, that if a stock drops from 10 to 5, 50%, you just got to wait for it to trend up 50%. But really, you need to have it trend up 100%. So a 50% loss is really a 100% gain in the future. That's a humongous gain if you really think about that. So if it trends from 10 to 5, you don't need to go back 50%. 50% is 750. You need to have it go back essentially 100% of the stock value, which is very difficult to do. So if a stock trends down by 50%, you need to go up 100%, and that could be impossible to do. Same thing goes if a stock trends down by 40%, you need to go up 67%. If it trends down 25%, it needs to go up 33%. And if a stock trends down 15%, it needs to go up 18%. So there's a little bit of psychology behind that. If a stock goes down 50%, you may think in the back of your mind, well, it only needs to go back up 50%, and then I'm back in the green. Well, actually, it needs to double in price, which is a lot of movement in a price of a stock. So a penny stock, very dangerous. If you're in a blue chip stock and have some time to wait, you can wait that out for a rebound. But even then, you're losing the opportunity cost of having those funds in other stocks and making a little bit more money. But again, buy and hold is good as well if you're in it for the long term. But if you're a day and swing trader, you don't want to necessarily hold it for the long term because you're losing that opportunity cost of using that capital. A way of getting around that is putting a stop loss order in. So if a stock is trading up here again, for simplicity, $10 and $5, up here at $10, and you would basically put in an order saying, well, if it drops by 25%, it's probably going to keep on dropping, so I want to sell off, maybe pick up after it's continued to trend down. So you can put a stop loss order in saying basically, if the stock trends down below, let's say 25%, so if $10, $7.50, it trends down below $7.50, I'm going to go ahead and sell that off. You can put that order in at any time, leave it sit there, and when that stock starts trending down, irregardless of the psychology behind locking in a loss or hoping it's going to trend back, that's just a hard stop there. Don't touch that order. Once it's trends down below 750, that stock is automatically sold off. And typically what's going to happen, that's going to continue to trend down, and maybe you can pick it up a little bit later, average down on a good stock or a penny stock, just completely get out of it, and pick it up later when it's a much cheaper price. So that's what I do with a lot of my stocks. Put in that stop loss order, and they don't have to worry about the psychology behind selling for a loss. A lot of investors do not like to sell at a loss, but in the long term, you can make some money by selling off that loss, for maybe 25%. If it trends down 50%, you can buy it back. So you actually saved yourself quite a bit of money. Again, a stock, if you save 25% in a downturn, you're actually saving yourself 33% in gains in the future. Remembering back to those numbers I gave you. So again, let's say it trended down 50%, but you got out pretty early here. That's representing 100% forward gains. Again, if a stock trends down 50%, it's got to go back up 100%. So if you save that 50%, that's essentially saying you just made 100% on a stock. So very, very powerful. It's always hard to get out of a stock when you're in the red, when you're selling at a loss, but it can have very, very good returns if you think about the potential or wasted returns that you're going to have to make up in the future to get those losses back. So yeah, just wanted to quickly talk about selling at a loss, selling in the red. Let me know what you guys do with your orders. Do you put in stop loss orders like I do? Do you have another strategy to kind of get around the psychology? Because as you watch a stock trend down, there's always that hesitancy to wait for that stock to trend back up, but by the time it does start to trend back up, or maybe it never starts to trend back up, you lost quite a bit of money. So let me know what you guys do. Kind of with that, I'll end the video. As always, if you enjoy my videos, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. I hope you guys have been getting a little bit out of these videos, learning something. I've learned a ton. I've had a ton of fun making these videos. So if you guys have any good topics to talk about or are interested in a particular stock, let me know, and I'll do a video over it. So until next video, we'll see you then.